everyone. We're trying this again, not with a net, and I'm putting the cookie dough away. I am Dr. Jordan Leasure. I'm the owner and physician of North Shore Proactive Health, a state-of-the-art wellness clinic in the northern Chicago suburbs. We are in our stress relief boot camp, live from Jan's house, because I thought her kitchen would suit our ice cream making well. But we're going to put off ice cream making until Friday, because Annette and I tried for half an hour. I don't know what the problem was. I ate so much of my homemade cookie dough that I now have a stomach ache, and I haven't even made the ice cream yet. So we are going to regroup all of this. I'm going to put the cookie dough away. My bananas are in the freezer. So this gives you the perfect opportunity. If you saw this and it looked like fun, take a look at my link in the comments. I will repost it here. Annette and I are going to be making an ice cream on Friday. So check out the recipe, put your bananas in the freezer now, or buy some bananas today, put them in the freezer so that you can make nice cream with us on Friday. So let's use this time together to talk about what you do when life doesn't go your way. So obviously, again, I don't like to use the C word in this group. So let's talk about what life looked like for you prior to mid-March. So for those of you that are tuning in rather recently, that joined the group recently, that haven't seen everything that we've had going on, I started this group the first week of quarantine. And I did it, honestly, out of selfish motivations. I wanted something to keep me grounded. I wanted somewhere to put my energy and use my resources and give, because not knowing what was going to be happening on our brick and mortar side, I wanted to make sure that I was staying occupied. At that time, the weekend before, so we're talking the week of March 16th, March 17th was St. Patrick's Day, for those of you that didn't get out to celebrate or maybe celebrated in a different way. That weekend before, I had actually experienced the loss of a very close friend very suddenly. And that was very difficult for me because we did not get the opportunity to celebrate her life in a means that I feel was appropriate. Now, fast forward to the following week, and we were quarantined. We were told that we didn't know what was going to be happening with our businesses. You know, there was a stay-at-home order, rumors going around. Restaurants were shut down, and essentially anyone with a small business was frantic. And so I decided that Friday that I was going to do live videos, which if you follow me personally, if you follow my Dr. Jordan Leasure page, if you're part of our Healthy Habits group, I've done series of videos before. I used to do Wellness Wednesdays or Hump Day Health, where I would hop on and give a few thoughts or a few things to work on. And in my grand gesture, decided that I would start a group and we would talk every day live and we would discuss health. And stress seemed an appropriate topic because I was experiencing a whole hell of a lot of it. And so was everyone else. I have found that as far as my mental health goes over the year, the thing that is most challenging for me is not loss. It's not sadness. It's not anxiety. It's not being scared. For me, it's a feeling of being out of control. And my husband will attest to this. I like to be in control. I like to know what's going on. I drive the bus, so to speak. And being told that your country is in quarantine, that there is a worldwide pandemic, and you don't know the future of your firstborn child, a 15-year-old business, is a terrifying place to be. Now, for me, I regained control by starting this group. So I want to thank you all for being here, for listening, for participating, for acknowledging me and this journey with all of us. It is an interesting place that we are now here 8 weeks. Are we in week 8, I think? And believe me, I did not anticipate this, or I would have set out some sort of schedule so that we were talking about something meaningful every night. But as you've noticed, I am very busy. And I've seen some posts. You'll also notice that my brain, I teach in spirals. So I do not teach in a linear fashion. I do not teach in an organized outline. My brain works in spirals. And so we'll start talking about something and it will expand exponentially as we go through the talk. So I hope that you are learning, that you have learned to bring a pen and paper with you when you're watching some of my videos so that you can jot down ideas. And if there's something that I mentioned and you would like an expanded explanation, that you please send me a private message or share on the post so that I can expand on that in a later video. But through all of this, if you have garnered one smidge of information, one smidge of solace, one smidge of community, then it's all been worth it. And the posts that I've seen where people are saying, you know, if you haven't taken this time, if you haven't seized the day and written your book or started your business or expanded your business or done XYZ, then you've slacked off. And in reality, I will tell you that I have probably never worked as hard in my entire life as I have these past 2 months and accomplished or felt like I've accomplished less. My main priority right now is my son's mental health, first and foremost. It is my mental health and the mental health of my husband second. It's the solidification of our marriage third. And, you know, beyond that, of course, comes my business, my physical health, and my other relationships. And if you haven't thought about that hierarchy for yourself, you may want to, because it may help prioritize not only how you spend your time, but how important certain interactions are. And I was riding the Peloton this morning, and one of the coaches said, and it's my therapy. It's not, you know, I'm not going balls out. I will tell you, I'm not winning the Tour de France anytime soon. I'm not even going to be invited on like a tricycle ride. I do it for emotional well-being, for 20 to 30 minutes by myself, where all I have to think about is if my legs hurt. I don't have to think about my toddler not being around friends. I don't have to think about my business capacity dropping 50%. I don't have to think about the societal health and well-being of everybody, of you guys watching. You know, I get 20 minutes just for me. So on those 20 minutes this morning, one of the coaches said that, you know, you are metabolizing, you know, are you using this to metabolize your cardio? Or are you using this to metabolize, you know, and improve your emotional health? And I will tell you that I most certainly use it to metabolize the bullshit. And I wanted to give everyone here permission to do that as well. So I recognize that my communication style differs from a lot of people. I am not a rah-rah kind of coach. So if that's what you're here for, this is not the group for you. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hello, giving us a thumbs up once in a while. But I am very direct. I am very empathetic. And I am here with you to help you not only survive, and that's why this is not meant to be like a survival boot camp. This boot camp is meant to educate you and give you the tools so that you are happier and healthier, whether they release us or if you've self-released, like some of us have. This week, next week, June 1st, October 1st, whatever it looks like, wherever you're tuning in from, you need to take responsibility for your health. And if this worldwide scare has taught us anything, it's essentially what I've been teaching for the past 15 years, and that's your health has to be a priority. You cannot decide, the reason our office is named Proactive Health is because the time to make healthy decisions is not when you're diagnosed with cancer. The time to decide that your children or your spouse is a priority is not when you find a suicide note. Okay? The time is now. And this worldwide pandemic, whatever degree that it is affecting your community, the one thing that it has in common through all racial lines, through all socioeconomic lines, is that it is most impactful to individuals with underlying comorbidities. What does that mean? So if you have a chronic illness, if you are overweight, if you have a diagnosis of diabetes, if you have a diagnosis of high blood pressure, if you have a diagnosis of cancer, any of these issues, especially upper respiratory, so lung and heart issues, are most at risk for having severe side effects from this infection, possibly long-term side effects, as well as death. So the time for those individuals to be prepared for this infection is not when they got a positive diagnosis. It was not when shortness of breath started. The time to prepare for an invader such as this is now, is yesterday. It's sort of the old adage, when is the best time to plant a tree? Today, yesterday, 10 years ago. And that's what all of us need to do. So the information that I provide is meant to help you expand your why. So all of us know that you should eat the apple instead of the donut. Yes or yes? If that's news to you, again, you might be in the wrong place. This might be too advanced. I'm just kidding. But what I feel helps to elicit change is recognizing your why. So why do you want to be healthy? Is it because you see your parents aging and you don't want to experience suffering? You don't want to experience pain? Is it because you see your kids playing and 20 years from now, you want to be walking them down the aisle? Or is it because you look over at your spouse and you want to be dancing at your 50th wedding anniversary? You need to figure out your why. And your why should not simply be because you want to fit in your jeans or because you don't want to get COVID. You don't want to have a cough. So figure out your why. That's your to-do for today. And I hope that by me explaining the impacts that stress has on your immune system, or the impacts that what you eat can have on your mood, have been helpful, have been beneficial. I don't know if anybody's commenting or questioning it. I don't know what's going on. Technology is not my friend today. So if you have questions about anything that I'm saying, please feel free to send me a private message. Please feel free to comment here. As always, if there's a topic that you want to hear about, again, back to all of these things that you hypothetically should be accomplishing and are not. I've been giving anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes a night to this group, and I wish that they were more prepared. I wish that I could tell you that I spend half an hour deciding what we're going to talk about and doing my hair and doing my makeup and setting up my lighting and making an outline and providing handouts and fancy social media posts. But the reality is that I'm taking care of Parker. I'm making sure that he's happy and healthy and engaged and not in front of a computer screen for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. I am filling out paperwork for our office to try to secure loans. I am figuring out the loans that we've received, how we're supposed to use the money, and documenting everything to a T. I am working on what our office is going to look like when this is over, which is fun. It's exciting. And we've talked, all of these things aren't necessarily bad, but they are all stressors, and they are definitely taking up some of my time. So the nights that we're doing videos at 9 o'clock at night, I decide what we're going to talk about at about 8:58. And that's the way it is. So if there is 2 minutes out of the half an hour that we're talking that have helped you, then I've done my job. And if not, if you're watching my videos and you think that I'm crazy, or you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm not talking about anything relevant to you, that is on you, my friends, because I have given you plenty of opportunity, and this is live. So throw a topic at me and we will discuss it. Believe you me, there is something up here that is relevant. So maybe we'll do like a Stump Dr. Jordan day. I don't know. But I appreciate you all for watching. I appreciate you all for sharing and inviting friends. I've said it before, it's okay to not be okay. None of us are okay. This is a fucked up situation. And yeah, I went there. It took me 2 weeks to say the F word. 2 months. Jan would be proud. My husband would be devastated. So let me know how I can help. Send me a private message. Give me a topic. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Introduce yourself. Let people know who you are, where you are, what you need, how things are where you are, because that's how we build a community, is understanding the differences and the things that not only separate us, but bring us together. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I think we are talking with my good friend, Suzanne Norman. She is huge in the meditation space and well-being, so she's going to be working us through some of that. Thursday, I don't know what we're talking about. We'll see. Friday, if everything is going well, we are doing 2 lives. So we're doing one again at 11 o'clock with Annette, where we are making our nice cream. And then we're doing one a little bit later, I think at 1:30. I will double check that, double check the schedule for everybody, with my good friend Robin Bergstrom, who is a health and wellness coach. She was on our women's retreat in October, has some really great things to say about approaching your own health and wellness. She has a firsthand experience working with moi. So we're going to talk about some of that. And again, if there's a topic you want to know about, send me a message. If there's something you'd like to discuss or you'd like input from the group, as a couple people have, please share. That's what this is about. I love you all. I'm going back to my cookie dough. It does kind of look like cookie dough, doesn't it? This is what you have to look forward to on Friday. And it's made out of chickpeas. No joke. Jan's Kitchen. So have a wonderful Tuesday. Get a lot done. Implement one little change today. I don't care. The weather in Chicago is not amazing today. So go outside and take 5 deep breaths. Drink your water. Do what you can. Write down something that you're grateful for. Even if it's the fact that you got up today, you took a shower, you did your makeup, whatever it may be, whatever makes you happy. That's what this is about. So love you all. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow.